Hello, good morning. I'm Wang from CertiK, where I lead the blockchain infrastructure, security study and research. It's my pleasure to join this meetup and to share CertiK's insights on the blockchain, stablecoin blockchain infrastructure. Thanks to Miss Yuri. Okay, so our topic today is to provide secure blockchain solution for stablecoin infrastructure. Okay, please let me spend a few minutes to make a brief introduction to CertiK. Founded in 2017 by Yale and Columbia professors, CertiK is the largest Web3 security firm and rooted in the academic research decided to protect the blockchain infrastructure industry. We have the valuation of about 2 billion, and we have performed 5,000 audits, and the market share of the security that we over 65%, and the assets we protect is over 600 billion. Let's dive deep to the service we can provide to the blockchain infrastructure. Here is the CertiK portfolio with a blockchain or the DOT consultation and the products. We were divided to 4 parts. Okay, the first part is the consultation and the advisory. We will focus on the 3 subsections. The first section is the blockchain infrastructure, including the layer 1, layer 2 blockchain evaluation, the blockchain network setup, and the load deployment and the network configuration, and the data privacy and the sovereignty considerations. And the second subsection is the compliance support, including the regulatory readiness support, policy and control mapping, license application support, and the gap analysis. The third one is the on-chain service and the smart contract, including the cross-chain bridge, the upgradability, the governance model, the Oracle design on selection, the on-chain operational security, tokenomics design. The fourth part says the off-chain. Yes, exclude the on-chain, and we also provide the off-chain advisory, including the key management, the architecture and the design view, the general Web2 security consultation, and the on-chain and off-chain integration. Okay, let's come to the second block. That's the security audit service. It's also divided in 2 parts, the on-chain and off-chain. On-chain that's including the blockchain audit, the chain configuration and the deployment view, the smart contract audit, as well as the smart contract deployment and the configuration view and the tokenomics view. And come to the off-chain parts that's including the web, mobile, API pen test, internal, external network pen test, cloud security view, key management and custodial view, DVOPS CI/CD security view, ethic hackers, and simulated phishing campaign, on-site air-gap, and the wallet setup assessment. Okay, let's go to the third part. That's the DLT security and the compliance products we can offer. That will be related to the blockchain, related that we can provide products including the performance testing, the Sky node for staking, and the blockchain explorer. For the compliance product, we can provide the license, application support, Sky Insights, ML, KYT, and the proof of reserve, that's POR. Yes, we can also provide the risk monitoring by our products, Skylight Enterprise, the on-chain incidents monitoring, as well as the incidents response, including the on-chain monitoring and alerting, as well as the incidents response. We can provide a service to our clients and also to the community. Besides that, we can also provide the education and training to the community to better understand the security of this industry. Yes, let's go to the last part, to the DOT or the blockchain implementation, including the first blockchain infrastructure that we will provide blockchain design, tokenomics design, blockchain deployment, blockchain O&M, as well as node implementation, node O&M, and RPC and API. And for the regulation, that's including the policy and control mapping, license application support, and go to the blockchain support system that we can provide the blockchain explorer and Sky Insight, ML, KYT, the on-chain monitoring. For the specific on-chain services and use cases, including the stablecoin and RWA, cross-chain bridge, DEX trading, as well as the staking. You can see that our service and products were by the clients that's over here, the Wang, and the Wemix. Okay, and as we can see that all our, in the previous slide, we have described our service list, and our services we're mapping in the journey of the DLT or the blockchain development life cycle, from the exploration to the architecture, design, deployment, and the pre-launch, security, compliance, and operations and monitoring. Okay, here is our security research outstanding achievements. We can see that our contributions have been acknowledged by various prominent companies and platforms, including the Layer 1, Layer 2, as well as the top mobile system and the advanced wallets and custody, and to the blockchain cross-chain bridge. And here is our existing client. We are proud to present here. That we can see the Wemix. We put it in the middle of the picture. That's CertiK and the Wemix form the multi-layered retainer deal that allows CertiK to provide smart contract assessment on all existing and participating projects, Chain Explorer, and the AML products. Besides that, there are also big names, including the Ripple, the Canton Network, and the Tong, and the Kaya. We can provide diversified support for the Web3 system from the language, from the layer coverage, also from all the existence coverage. Okay, let's go to this specific stage on the DLT stage or the blockchain stage with our products or the adversary. That's the first stage that we will provide DLT strategy and architecture adversary during the stage of exploration, architecture, and design, deployment, and pre-launch. Okay, here we can see the blockchain adoption and integration adversary that we can provide expert guidance for institutions adopting and integrating blockchain, on-chain applications, and off-chain infrastructures. Let's elaborate them one by one. The first is the blockchain infrastructure. We can provide strategic infrastructure planning for secure and compliant blockchain deployment, including the chain selection, the load deployment and the network configuration, the blockchain network setup, data privacy and sovereignty considerations, consensus and finality assurance. The key outputs will be the infrastructure blueprint covering node validator and failover design, and the chain selection and the consensus model recommendations aligned with institutional needs, a data sovereignty and privacy guidance that fits business and the regulation requirements. Go to the second part, that's on-chain DApp architecture and operation. We can provide technical guidance on design and building secure on-chain components, including tokenomics, cross-chain architecture, upgradability, governance model, on-chain operational security. The key outputs for this part will be the assessment of on-chain architecture, cross-chain flows, and Oracle reliability, secure upgradability, and governance model design for controlled system designs, operational security implementation for key workflows, deployment, and emergency actions. Let's go to the off-chain parts, the off-chain application and the infrastructure, where we can provide guidance about the key management and off-chain integration and foundational Web 2 security topics, including the key management, architecture, and the design view, on-chain and off-chain integration over here, and the general Web 2 security customization. The key output of this subsection will be the evaluation of backend architecture, the key management process, and the trust boundaries, the identification of cross-layer security gaps and the integration inconsistency, the hardening recommendation for Web 2 components, APIs, and the operational security. Okay, let's go to this slide that we will talk about the DLT or the blockchain architecture supported. We have talked about a lot about public blockchains that we have already supported in CertiK. Besides that, we can also, especially for the stablecoin infrastructure, that the private blockchains will be based on the below three aspects, including the data sovereignty, data privacy, and data transparency. That's the three major frameworks, including Basu, Core, Fabric, Hyperledger Fabric in our clients, including the Ant group and the Gala. This slide, we can, about the compliance and licensing of the adversary, we can provide expert compliance guidance for financial institutions, enterprise, and Web3 native companies that's to meet their customized consultations, including the regulatory scope identification, gap analysis, license application support. Okay, in this slide that we can show that CertiK drives Web3 security policy over the world from the MiCA in Europe, ADGM in UAE, Singapore, especially in South Korea, we have signed Web3 security partnership MOUs with Seoul and Busan governments. Okay, let's get quick to the next section about the blockchain stages that we can provide DLT or blockchain security and risk assessments during the stages development and pre-launch, security validation, and compliance. We can divide into two subsections. The first one is the Web3 security audit, including the smart contract and the layer 1 chain security assessment. Okay, here is the workflow of our Web3 auditing from the threat modeling and static analysis, expert manual view, dynamic analysis, reporting, and remediation. At this slide, we will describe the wide range of Web3 security risk coverage we can cover during our Web3 auditing lifecycle. This says as Web3 auditing system and category, we can see this mainstream ecosystem and platform we have covered during our Web3 auditing. This slide is about Web3 auditing ecosystem and category during the remarkable DeFi cases. Okay, let's jump to the next subpart of the Web3 auditing. That's the Web3 penetration testing to strengthen off-chain and application layers. So what's the Web3 penetration testing that CertiK can offer? We can offer the tailored penetration testing solutions for Web3 application, including crypto exchange and custody, wallets, decentralized application, and the blockchain infrastructures. Our penetration testing coverage will from the client side to the backend, to the infrastructure, as well to the operational security. And here is our penetration testing standards and the certifications that we meet all the standards during this penetration industry. Okay, let's quick jump to the next stage of the blockchain stage, that's security and compliance, operation and monitoring, that CertiK can provide during this page, the DLT security and compliance products. The DLT security and compliance products during this phase, including 4 parts. The first part, risk monitoring, including the Skynet, on-chain risk monitoring, and the incident response. The second part is blockchain related, that's including the Skynode, the load service, performance testing, and the blockchain explorer. The third part, that's compliance. We can provide the products including Sky Insights, AML, and KYT, compliance support, approval of reserves. The other products were including the bug bounty, technical due diligence, and the KYC. This slide will show our product Skynet to provide security and regulatory risk intelligence platform. In our Skynet, that we can provide this product, the Pulse News Engine, the advanced investigative tools, the automated documentation, and the incident detection and the human intelligence. This slide go to the on-chain monitoring and the incident response. We can provide 724 alert verification and the incident response over 10 blockchains, and we can take action less than 8 hours. Here is our on-chain monitoring workflows. Besides that, we can also provide Hex 3D reports to the community to show the trends of this industry. We can also provide AML compliance tools. That's our Sky Insights KYT and KYA. That's specifically to deploy in about 10 leading blockchain covers to make the daily data updates, the high-speed API, and we can also provide over 300 million address labels. For the education and the training, we can provide regulatory and enterprise training. Here is what we provide to the regulators or the institution or to our clients. And also our Skynode, powering the blockchain integrity. The Skynode best practice, we supported over 20 blockchains, including the Wemix and the BSC, Kaya, Keep, Aptos, and the Babynode. This is our bug bounty platform. We can provide open source security testing. And here is our technical due diligence service provide to our clients. And here is also what we are doing. CertiK has a battle-tested technical due diligence framework built on elevating thousands of Web3 projects. Okay, I think that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone.